Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be learning the world's easiest and the prettiest butter cookies with just 4 ingredients. Let's get started. As the name suggests, the first ingredient of course we'll be taking butter. For this we'll be needing 115 grams of butter, which is about half a cup. I would rather suggest you use the weighing scale instead of the measuring cups, as these give the exact measurement. And here we'll be taking room temperature butter, which is firm to touch, not too hard, but not too soft either. Next, we'll be taking icing sugar, which is powdered sugar. You can take regular sugar and powder it as well, but I'd prefer the ready available powdered sugar that is called the icing sugar. This will measure up to a quarter cup and will weigh up to 30 grams. Our next ingredient, we will be taking the all-purpose flour. For this, we'll be taking the 3 measuring cups and spoon. That is, first we'll be taking half a cup leveled up. Next, we'll be taking 1/3 cup leveled up. And finally, we'll be taking 1 tablespoon leveled up as well. This would weigh up to about 127 grams. Next, we will be taking the cornstarch and not the corn flour, and this will be taken in 1 tablespoon measure, weighing up to 9 grams. Now, taking our butter and using a hand whisk or an electric whisk, which is even better, we will whisk the butter for about at least 5 minutes until it is pale and light in color. Once you achieve that color, you will notice it is fluffy as well and also has increased in volume. Next, using a sieve, we will take the icing sugar and sieve it into the bowl of the butter. This will help us ensure removing all the lumps there may be in the icing sugar. Now, we do not want the icing sugar to be flying out of the bowl when we use the whisk, so we will gently incorporate the icing sugar into the butter with the help of the spatula. Once we've done that, we can go ahead and use the electric whisk or the hand whisk, and this has to be whisked for at least about 3 minutes. This will help avoid the grainy texture that you may get if not mixed well. This is exactly what we're looking for. Next, using the sieve in the same bowl, we will take our dry ingredients, that is, the flour and the cornstarch. Sieve it just as well, ensuring we remove any kind of impurities or lumps in the flour. Once again, using the spatula, we will gently mix the flour into the butter and sugar mixture. And finally, we will give it a quick whisk just to incorporate everything well. And this would be just about less than a minute. And scraping the sides of the bowl with the help of a spatula, bring everything together. Finally, we will also take all the dough from the blades into the bowl. Next, we'll be taking 2 piping bags and a nozzle tip 1E. Now, the idea of using 2 piping bags, using one for the dough and one for the nozzle. The purpose here is that on using just a single bag with the nozzle and the dough, it may get into the sides of the piping nozzle, just like I've shown here. Now, after using one of the bags for the nozzle, we will take the other bag for the dough by placing it into a tall jar or a container which is tall enough to hold the dough. Once you have filled the dough into the piping bag, we will cut the tip, and to make sure there aren't any air pockets and to help push the dough towards the tip, we will be using a bench scraper. Once you've done that, you can clip the end of the piping bag, making sure the dough is not pushed back. And now, placing the bag with the dough into the bag with the nozzle, we are ready to pipe our cookies. Taking our tray lined with the parchment paper, we will pipe out our cookie dough. Holding the bag in an upright position, we will squeeze out the cookie dough onto the tray by holding it in one position itself. We will not be swirling it. Notice how I'll be doing, and you can follow the steps just as well. By squeezing the dough in one position and gently lifting the nozzle once pressed, we will get a cavity-like in the center, which will be good for us to fill in the jam once baked. This dough can give you about 20 cookies from one batch. Once you've piped out the cookies, this will go into the refrigerator for about 8 to 10 minutes. Now the purpose over here of refrigerating the cookies is very important, just to make sure that the butter has firmed up before baking. And eventually this will help retain the shape of the cookie while baking. You can once again use the bench scraper to help push the dough towards the tip. This ensures using all the dough you have in the bag. Once again, I have taken another tray lined with the parchment paper, and using the rest of the dough, I'll be piping out the cookies on the tray and refrigerating it as well. Meanwhile, you can preheat your oven at 175 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. And so this is what we have left of the dough. A clean tip without any dough getting into the sides of the tip. Once refrigerated, these will go into the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes at 175 degrees. You'll know when the cookies are done when they are ever so lightly brown on the edges. Once they are easy to handle, you can bring them onto the cooling rack and allow them to cool completely before dusting them with the icing sugar. As you can see, they have perfectly browned on the edges and ever so light color on the bottom as well. Once the cookies have cooled down completely, we will take some icing sugar into a sieve and dust them. Next, taking the jam-filled piping bag, I have taken a fresh strawberry compote made at home. We will fill the cavity in the center of the cookie. If you'd like me to share the recipe for the strawberry compote, do let me know in the comments below, and I'll surely put it up on the videos. I prefer to use the homemade strawberry compote, as this gives a tangy taste in contrast to the icing on the cookie. As compared to the store-bought jam, they are extremely sweet, and I would prefer the tangy taste in comparison to that. Try it and you will love it for sure. And there you have it, pretty little melt-in-your-mouth butter cookies. These cookies can stay good for up to 15 days in an airtight container, but I'm sure you'll finish them way before that. Time to test how they turned out. And there you have it, your pretty little butter cookies. So light and airy, they will surely melt in your mouth. I hope you liked them just as much as I did. Try it, and I'm sure you'll love the taste, and let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.